I'm Governor Larry Hogan. Our state is taking unprecedented and aggressive actions in the fight to stop the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic here in Maryland. As you know, I recently issued a stay-at-home directive to ensure that no Marylander leaves his or her home unless it is for an essential job or for an essential purpose. I know how difficult this is on each and every one of you. There's a great deal of fear and anxiety, and the truth is that none of us really know how bad this is going to get or how long it's going to last. But I can promise you that there are a great many dedicated people doing tremendous things, working around the clock, and doing their very best to help keep Marylanders safe. In the days to come, we're going to need to depend on each other, to look out for one another, and to take care of each other, because we are all in this together, and we will get through this together.
This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, May 19th, 2020. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. More disruption from the COVID-19 pandemic. I-Day, or Induction Day, for the United States Naval Academy is now impacted. That was originally scheduled for June 25th, and it's been pushed by about a week. The Naval Academy, instead of receiving everybody in one day, they're going to now do it over a 4-day period from June 29th through July 2nd. Following the final move out of the class of 2020 from Bancroft Hall a little bit later on this week, the Naval Academy will concentrate on really sanitizing and cleaning the dormitory. Now, to maximize the safety of the incoming plebes as well as the Naval Academy's staff, Induction Day will be closed to all guests, including parents, family, friends, and the media. So we will not have any pictures of the swearing in. We will not have any pictures of the haircuts or any of that this year. Plebe Parents Weekend, which is currently scheduled for August 7th through 9th, is still pending. They're not quite sure whether they're going to have that at this point. When the plebes do arrive, they will participate in what they're calling a 14-day restriction of movement when they get here, and they are also asking them to self-isolate in their hometowns for 2 weeks prior to reporting to the Naval Academy. So it seems like the plebe summer is off to a rockier start than it normally would be for the incoming plebes, but we do certainly welcome the class of 2024. As for the class of 2020 and graduation, it will be streamed. You can watch it on eyeonannapolis.net. You want to check out that a little bit later on this week. They do have the Secretary of Defense, Mark Esper, is going to be speaking, as well as the Commandant, the Superintendent, and a number of other dignitaries are going to have the President of the class as well, and some awards. So that gets underway Friday the 22nd. I believe it's at 2:30. You want to check out eyeonannapolis.net a little bit later today for the details on that, but we will have it. You can just go to eyeonannapolis.net on Friday, and we'll have it streamed live there right for you. Annapolis Mayor Gavin Buckley is reminding everybody that just because Governor Hogan lifted the stay-at-home order and opened commerce partially, it was not in order to go out and party. In a statement he released yesterday, he said, "What we saw in downtown Saturday was an unsuccessful test. We have reports of businesses operating with outdoor table service, residents and visitors drinking alcohol in open containers, maybe 25% of the people wearing face coverings, and very few adhering to physical distancing." The mayor did want to remind everybody that bars and restaurants are not open for any table service, inside or out. Restaurants are permitted to operate with carry-out and delivery service only. Open drinks purchased at bars and restaurants are to be consumed at home, not in public. That was a problem. People are encouraged to practice physical distancing at least 6 feet apart, and people are required to wear masks inside of businesses and are encouraged to wear them outside when they're in the proximity of a larger unrelated group. Speaking of the city of Annapolis, they now have canceled this year's Memorial Day Parade and wreath-laying ceremony that was scheduled to take place on May 25th. Other city services. The refuse collection that would normally happen on Monday will be picked up on Tuesday, and Tuesday will happen on Wednesday. Annapolis Transit will be operating on a Sunday bus schedule, and of course, city offices will be closed on May 25th. The council meeting that would normally be held that night has been pushed to Tuesday, May 26th. Maryland, Virginia, and the District of Columbia are getting all suey. They have filed notice that they intend to sue the Environmental Protection Agency for failing to require New York and Pennsylvania to keep their end of the deal. They claim that the EPA has failed to require Pennsylvania and New York to develop and implement plans to achieve 2025 Chesapeake Bay restoration goals as required by an agreement by the states in the watershed of the estuary. Maryland's Attorney General Brian Frosch said in a statement, "The Chesapeake Bay is one of our country's most valuable resources. Restoring the health of the bay will take a coordinated multi-state effort with every state sharing the burden. EPA has abandoned its responsibility to regulate and manage the efforts of the Bay states. Together, we fully intend to hold EPA accountable and require it to perform its regulatory duty." And finally, as we wrap up, remember we do have an election coming up. It is a primary, and it is on June 2nd. There is a deadline coming up, and that is May 27th. And if you are not registered to vote or you want to make a change or a change of an address, you need to have that done by May 27th. The best way to do that is to go to aacounty.org and then surf your way over to Boards and Commissions and then Board of Elections, and there are links there. From there, you can request an absentee ballot if you like. You can request a ballot to be emailed to you or faxed to you. Generally, it is going to be conducted through the mail, and if there is enough time between the time you register or change your voter information, they will get it out to you in the mail. When you do receive the ballot, you do need to have it sent back in by June 2nd. You have to have it postmarked by June 2nd. And if you receive the ballot by mail, you want to make sure that you sign the oath on the outside of the envelope, because if you don't sign it, it doesn't get counted. Of course, as with everything in Maryland, it seems there was a little bit of a glitch with the balloting. While most people got their ballots several weeks ago, I know I voted probably 2 weeks ago, Baltimore City still hasn't gotten many of theirs. We do understand that they are working on it at this point. Really unfortunate, because Baltimore City is probably one of the more important races that is going to be happening, certainly in this primary. All right, that does wrap it up for today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day, because we do update it throughout the day with these stories and more. If you're someplace you can give us a rating or a review, please do that. Hey, 5-star would work. And if you've got a few minutes, jot down a review. Tell people what you think about the podcast. Make sure your friends and family and colleagues all know how to get a podcast, how to subscribe to them, and also let them know your favorite ones, including this one, and how to get it. Other than that, you just need to hang tight for 1 minute. I've got George Young with your local DMV weather forecast coming up. But first, a quick message from Solar Energy Services.
Hello, Marylanders. This is Rick Peters from Solar Energy Services in Millersville, Maryland, wishing you good health and a rapid return to prosperity. Uncertainty is one of the hardest parts of our current situation. As we move towards our new normal, you may want to consider adding more certainty to your financial future by locking in the low cost of clean solar energy. The economics of solar are tremendous, and there's no better source than the trusted team at Solar Energy Services. Residential solar projects typically earn the homeowner 8 to 12% annually over the life of the system, with even better returns for commercial systems. If you have some downtime now, take advantage of our powerful remote design capabilities, allowing one of our experienced solar designers to provide a presentation, followed by a detailed, accurate proposal, all from a safe distance. Call us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net. Sunshine's are wasted, but together we'll get through this.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, May 19th. Yesterday brought another cloudy, cool, and gray day to the Annapolis region, and today through Thursday will be more of the same, with temps generally in the 60s across Anne Arundel County, with some 70-plus degree readings possible today and Thursday, with a small chance of rain each day, though rain chances will go way up Thursday night into possibly late Friday or early Saturday morning, with temps going up into the 70s on Friday and upper 70s to maybe 80-plus in spots both Saturday and Sunday, with the general expectation that skies will clear sometime Saturday, allowing for some sunshine to come through to start the weekend, with Sunday very likely a sun-filled warm day for all. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to get our app on all of your devices by searching DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores. And also be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and use our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
This is Wes Adams, candidate for Circuit Court Judge. As your former state's attorney, I built a reputation for being fair for our community, tough on violent crime, and compassionate to those in need. I work to set up specialized court proceedings designed to support recovery and to get our vets out of the criminal justice system. I partnered with our schools to help protect students and break the school-to-prison pipeline. I will bring these same values as judge to the circuit court. I respectfully ask that you vote for me, Wes Adams, on June 2nd.
Paid for by the Friends of Wes Adams. John Spencer, Treasurer.
Whether it's a fire, a hurricane, or a virus, Annapolis comes together. We've done it time and time again. Because this is a town that gets it. A town that knows how to lift each other up when the world falls down. As we face this new challenge, I encourage our community to come together as we've always done. I'm Steve Samaras from Zachary's Jewelers. I pledge to lend a hand to support my family, my team, my neighbors, and the small businesses in our town. Together, let's do what we've always done.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.